Hey everyone, with Cataclysm Beta now out, I figured I'd make a quick video on UI settings, just general settings that you want to set whenever creating a new character or starting fresh, or even how to start fresh if you want to clear out all of your settings and UI and everything, kind of just start from fresh. So in order to do that, first let's go ahead and just exit the game and open up your directory where all your files are for whatever game mode you want. Right now I'm doing the Cata Beta, but you can do this for any game mode. So if you want to fully reset your UI back to full defaults, here's what you do. Not everyone's going to want to do that, but here's how to do it if you do want to do that. So first of all, we're going to have to delete a few of these folders. I will go ahead and make a backup folder just in case I want to restore these, what I have later on. Then I can do so. So I'll create a folder, can name it whatever you want, old, or I'll name mine backup. And then some folders you can delete or move are cache, errors you don't really need, interface, logs, and WTF. And you can delete these folders. I will just move them into this backup folder, and now they're gone. So then I will go ahead and boot up into the game. And that will remove a lot of the things from the game. So that's going to remove your add-ons and a lot of things like this, like you're going to watch the cinematic again because the game doesn't remember that you've already watched it, and things like that. So logged in. I'll create a new character. I guess an undead for now. Alrighty, so get this out of the way. So undead start laying down, can't move, so I'm going to, first of all, the first setting that I want to set, well, before we do that, let me continue to do a full reset of the UI and all of the settings. So just removing those folders doesn't do everything. It does do a lot, but it doesn't do everything. But there's a couple more things that you do want to do. So first of all, I'll put this command down in the comments below, but there's this command right here where you can do /console cvar_default. And when you do that, you're going to get a few error messages here. You do not permission to perform that function. Don't worry about that. That command does a lot of different things, and a few of them you don't have permission to do, but everything that we need it to do, it did. So don't worry about those error messages. There is that. So another thing that still won't reset is chats. So if you use something like LVUI, that creates two chat windows and shifts them around. And even after moving the folders and doing that command, your chat still won't be reset. But there's another command. You can do /resetchat and accept, and that will restore your chat to default. And then one last thing is you go into options and click defaults and say all settings. And right now there's an issue with beta, but that's okay. And at that point, everything is now reset back to default settings. So you see there's no add-ons here or anything like that. And everything is set to default. So first thing I'm going to do here before I accept this quest and stand up, I'm going to go into options and search for instant quest text. One of the most important settings here, instant quest text, and check that. I'll close that, and now I can accept this quest here. If you don't turn on instant quest text, it'll type all of this stuff out, and you have to kind of wait for it to all type out. So instant quest text is all here typed out as soon as you talk to the quest giver. I'll accept that quest, and now I can move around. So anyways, that's the first setting there. So let's go back into options and change some other settings here. Okay, you're going to want to turn on auto loot. You're going to want to go down to the camera section. And so before I do this, so we're going to change max camera distance. First of all, go here and zoom all the way out as far as we can go, which is this right now. This is as far as I can zoom out. And then go into options, camera distance, turn that to max. And now I can zoom out even farther. And actually there's a command, let's see if I have it up here somewhere. There it is. I'll put this down below also. Camera distance max zoom factor 2.6. I don't know if 2.6 is the most it can go. This is kind of just what I found online. But again, I'm zoomed all the way out here. If you hit enter and run that command, now I can zoom out just a little bit farther. In general, you want to zoom out pretty much as far as you can comfortably. Helps you see a lot more of what's going on. If you're zoomed way in, you can easily miss a lot of things going on. You know, mobs behind you coming in or whatever. So you want to usually keep zoomed out quite a bit. Also, you want to press V. That will turn enemy nameplates on. So you can see if you get close to them, then their nameplates pop up. It's a lot easier to see where things are at and if things are hostile or not, if those nameplates are turned on. So always want to turn those on when you start a fresh character. And then there's also a setting in here. If you go back into settings, nameplate distances, you want to turn that all the way up. And you can kind of see as I slide the slider that you can see more of these nameplates start showing up. So you see this guy over here. If it's all the way down, so if it's all the way down, you can't even see this guy's nameplate. Start sliding it up. Now you can see that one, and then keep going all the way, and you can see more. So want to set that to max also, so that you kind of can see these mobs from the farthest distance you can. So if you start running, so like this guy over here, for example, actually I think he might be dead. There we go. There's one over there. It's a lot easier to see, especially things that blend into the background. A lot easier to see these nameplates. So anyways, so what else do we want here? I think those are the big ones, which would be, again, the auto loot, the instant quest text, max camera zoom, and max nameplate distances. So another thing, just with the default UI. So we'll get on to the actual UI part right now. Just drag this around. You can see that by default, these are key bound to 1 through 0, and then dash and equals. That's fine. I never mess with that. But I do need some more bars because these 12 buttons are not going to be nearly enough. So I'll go in here and go to action bars and enable all of these here. So 2, you can see, well, first of all, I'll check always show action bars. This just is whether or not it shows the background when nothing is on them or not. I like to have them always shown. That's just personal preference. But you can see action bar 2 is here just right above your regular bar. 3 is going to be over here to the right. 4 is off to the side. And then 5 is next to 4. So I like all of them turned on. And then that's good there. And then we'll need key bindings. So one keybind that I like is in movement keys and toggle auto run. I'm going to rebind mouse button 4 to my middle mouse click button. So whenever I run around, I always use my mouse to move. And so there's a few different ways that you can move around and look around with your mouse. So if you hold your left click and look around, your character won't move. You can just look around. If you hold your right click and scroll around, you can look around, but your character does move. So if you're auto running, you can use your right click to steer. Or if you just want to run one direction but look behind you, you can use your left click to look around while you run in one direction. So sometimes if I just want to like go to that post, something I don't need to like toggle auto run on, I will maybe look with my left click, hold my left click and look at it, and then tap my right click to go towards it. But if you hold your left click and right click, you'll move a little bit. And if you let go, then you'll stop moving. So that's how I often will move. So I'll look in the direction I want to go and then tap the other mouse button. If either I'm holding the right mouse button and then click the left to move, or I'm holding the left mouse button and then click the right to move. Either way, sometimes I'm just holding both mouse buttons in order to move. But then I want to toggle auto run on, and that button being the middle mouse button is right there. So all my movement keys are just right there in fingers reach. So that's why I like using that middle mouse I don't know where mouse button 4 is, so I never messed around with that. I just always use the scroll wheel button. But anyways, I think that is pretty good as far as settings go. Again, this is obviously using the default UI. It'd be nice to move this unit frame here to be more visible. I don't like it being way off to the side here, but I don't think in WoW Classic you could do that. Yeah, I know in retail you can. I don't think in Classic you can. You would need some UI add-on for that. But anyways, that's how you reset your UI and your settings back to default, and some critical settings that I think pretty much everyone should enable as soon as you start a new character. Hope that was helpful.